Okay, we're back. It's coming up to 3:30 on this Friday afternoon, and we've been chatting for about the last 15 minutes with Dennis Carey, local author, and he's going to read us a segment of his second book, The Untilled Field. So, do you want to actually explain a little bit of where this sits in the story, and then go for it?
Sidney Smith flicked the reins. As the evening darkened, the only evidence left of the October sun was the red underbelly of the clouds to the west. George John Brown, the 3rd Marquess of Sligo, owned over 100,000 acres of Mayo. His residence, Westport House, had been in the family for over 300 years. It was to Westport House Sidney and John Smith were returning. Sidney heard the crack of rifle fire a fraction of a second before he felt the buckshot smash through the louvered side panels of the car. The impact opened up a hole the size of his fist and littered the air with splinters. He stood up on the footplate and scanned the field to his right. A bulky, crouched figure carrying a rifle low and parallel to the ground scurried away from a conical cloud of gunshot smoke. "Take these," he said. "Go, go!" His father took the reins and reached across his son for the whip. Sidney reached into the back of the car for the bolt-action hunting rifle. The car jolted him, but he knew it was best to take his time loading the weapon. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. His father had drummed it into him on every hunting trip since he was an 8-year-old. That knowledge could now save his life. He withdrew a cartridge from his jacket pocket and guided its tip into the breech. He released the bolt and cocked the hammer. He needed to stand to get a clear shot over the hedging. "Slow down. We'll outrun no one on this excuse for a road." His father pulled back on the reins. Sidney stood and held the rifle to his shoulder. There were 4 men, armed, grey, anonymous silhouettes, bunched and running to head them off up the road. "Do you see him?" his father asked. "I see 4 of them, armed to the teeth and out to murder us." "Well, let them have it," his father called and halted the horse. Sidney's heart raced. He had never hunted men before. He took a breath, steadied himself and squeezed the trigger. As the rifle recoiled against him, the bass bang of the discharge filled his ears and the familiar smell of gunpowder swirled around him. When the smoke cleared, he saw 3 of the men run back to their fallen comrade. He swallowed hard to readjust his eardrums. "Let's go, fast as you can."
That was brilliant. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much.
That's definitely BBC One, something that absolutely, you've sold me.
You can see it, can't you?
That's really, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. It's really exciting. So tell us, you were saying that the book has got its own website?
It's got its own Facebook page. Yes, on Facebook. If you look up An Untilled Field, that'd be great if people could log on to that and like it. And then I'll be keeping you up to date with developments as the book goes on, and if anything, when it does become a film, then and the Facebook likers will be the first to know.
Quick, guys, go on Facebook. And you say you've got a book signing coming up in the next couple of days.
Yes, indeed. We're in Earlsdon Library tomorrow, and that is by far the best way for everyone in Coventry to get hold of the book. Come along. And there'll be signed books, signed copies there, and I can make a dedication to people. And that's from 2 o'clock tomorrow. That's at Earlsdon Library, 2 o'clock tomorrow.
And you're doing some more readings there?
We'll see what happens. If a group comes along, then there's some demand for readings, we'll do that certainly. Can I just say thank you to the people at Bell Green Library?
Absolutely.
I was there yesterday evening. They have an open mic session. I think it's once every 3 months, but it's a fantastic event. People bring along poetry that they've either written or their favourite poetry. And I was fortunate enough to go along, and I was able to talk about the book, a bit of history, and I did a few readings there. And a great evening, so I really loved that, and thanks very much to Russ and Jane for hosting. That was great.
Well, thank you for coming in as well. I'm excited, especially after that reading. I'm very. I don't want to read the book now.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's an Amazon page. Do they just look for your name?
Yes, if they go onto Amazon and if they look up Dennis Carey, there's probably other authors called Dennis Carey, but it's An Untilled Field. If they do a search for An Untilled Field, they should find it straight away. And it's available to download to the Kindle, if people prefer the Kindle, or to order the paperback.
Fantastic.
But people at Coventry, they come and see me tomorrow.
Absolutely. And demand the reading, because it's exciting stuff. And you've got to promise me something on air now. So when it is taken up and it's going to
Yes,
be made into.
yes.
You'll come back and tell us, won't you?
Oh, well, certainly will.
Yeah, and we
Overjoyed.
want to park, don't we, girls? We want to walk across the back somewhere
We'll find a path
in a
for
peat
you.
bog up to our knees. Yeah, Dennis, thank you so much for coming in.
Dan, thank you.
Bless